In the quiet, determined battle against a devastating illness, there are moments that transcend ceremony, moments where the polished facade of public life falls away, and we are granted a glimpse of pure human emotion. This was one of those moments. The official opening of the United Kingdom's first dedicated MND Care Center was, on paper, a royal engagement. A ribbon to be cut, a plaque to be unveiled. But for Prince William, this was never just a duty. This was personal. This was a promise. Music swells slightly as we see archival footage of Rob Burrow, small in stature but immense in spirit, playing, and the promise was made to a giant of a man, in a body that had been ravaged by a cruel disease, the late, great Rob Burrow. A rugby league legend, a father, a husband, and in his final years, the most powerful and eloquent campaigner for motor neuron disease the world has ever seen. As the Prince of Wales stood to speak, the weight of the occasion settled upon him. He looked out at Rob's family, his indomitable wife Lindsay, his beautiful children, and he saw not just the faces before him, but the legacy of a friend. His voice, usually so measured, thickened with emotion. He paused, composed himself, and in that vulnerable silence, a nation's heart broke and swelled with pride all at once. This is the story of that day, a story of a prince's tears, a hero's final wish, and the birth of a beacon of hope in the fight against MND. To understand the profound emotion of this day, we must first understand the bond that formed in the crucible of adversity. Prince William and Rob Burrow's relationship was not one of mere patronage. It was a genuine connection, built on mutual respect and a shared, burning desire to change the narrative around this disease. William saw in Rob not a victim, but a warrior. He often spoke of being inspired by Rob's unwavering optimism and incredible strength. Rob, in turn, trusted William with his most sacred mission, to ensure that no one else would have to face the brutal journey of MND without a fortress of support. I hope one day we will find a cure and live in a world free of MND. Until that day, I will continue to fight. And he fought, he did, with every ounce of his being. But Rob's fight was not just for himself. It was for every single person diagnosed with MND, a disease that systematically strips away a person's ability to walk, talk, eat, and eventually breathe while their mind remains cruelly intact. Before this center, care was fragmented. Patients and their families, already reeling from the shock of the diagnosis, were often forced to navigate a labyrinth of different hospital appointments, social services, and therapy sessions. It was a logistical and emotional nightmare, adding immense stress to the precious and often short time they had left. The vision for this center was to change all of that. A one-stop hub, a sanctuary, a place where world-class neurologists, specialist nurses, physiotherapists, and speech and language therapists would all work under one roof in perfect synchrony, wrapping a cocoon of care around the patient and their family. This was the dream. And on this emotional day, that dream became a reality. Cut back to the ceremony. Prince William is at the podium. The air in the room was thick with memory. As Prince William began his speech, his words were not those of a distant royal figure, but of a man deeply moved, personally invested. A reenactment or a careful editing of the speech focusing on William's face. Quoting William's sentiment, he spoke of Rob's immense bravery. He recalled their conversations, the shared laughter even in the face of despair. And then he turned his gaze to Lindsay, Rob's rock. Close-up on Lindsay Burrow, listening, a small, brave smile on his face. It was in speaking directly to her that his composure faltered. He would be, William began, his voice catching. He would be so proud of you, Lindsay. That single heartfelt statement was more than just a comment. It was an acknowledgement of the unsung heroes of MND, the families,